So I saw a commercial for this new film starring Samuel Jackson, Lakeview Terrace. Basically the story is, a couple moves into a new home and a bad cop ends up making their lives a living hell. It gave me a sense of deja vu when I was watching it. I immediately thought the film looked like a ripoff of Unlawful Entry. I guess not many people remember that film, or it's been long enough that it's a fair game to just make a new version of it. It came out way back in 1992, an ancient film in Hollywood terms. It starred Kurt Russell, Madeline Stowe, and Ray Liotta as the cop who terrorizes them. It had the same story. Okay, he wasn't living next door to the couple, I guess that's one change they made, but he was essentially abusing his role as a policeman to terrorize them. The only reason I bring up the similarities between the two films is because about a week ago I was reading how a copyright lawsuit was filed towards Steven Spielberg, DreamWorks, and other makers of Disturbia, claiming they stole the idea of Rear Window, essentially remaking it without paying for the rights. I think everyone who saw Disturbia immediately thought of Rear Window, so I was surprised it took this long for this issue to come up. So now I'm curious if Lakeview Terrace and Unlawful Entry could be in the same boat. They're obviously very similar stories, and anyone who remembers Unlawful Entry probably had the same deja vu reaction I first had when seeing the commercial. Maybe the creative forces and studios don't care unless the film is a major success, or only if there are some major players involved like Spielberg. Only then is it worth creating a stink about. I'm predicting Lakeview Terrace will play out like Unlawful Entry did. At first the cop will seem normal.
You're staying for dinner, right?
Yeah.
You want to give people a chance to settle in, you know?
Slowly an uneasiness will seep in.
I think our cop friend's a little too tightly wound, that's all.
He has a very special brand of humor.
Until the couple is completely creeped out.
How do I get a psycho cop off my back?
They're slashed.
Did you leave this door open? Did you see anyone?
No, I just see you.
The man will confront the cop and warn him to stay away from him and his wife.
I don't want you around me, and I don't want you around my wife.
You keep saying stuff like, they're not welcome here, we should move. Just stay out of my life.
Which at that point the cop will threaten him, feeling omnipotent by his law enforcement role.
Arrest you? I could kill you.
Get off my property.
Want to call the cops? I'll tell you who's on duty.
The man will seek help from the authorities, which for whatever reasons are powerless to help him.
You got any proof that this guy did those things? You know, you're accusing a highly decorated officer here.
I don't care how many medals he has. I want this taken care of.
And he has the color issue on his side, and that color happens to be blue.
The story climaxes in a final confrontation.
I'm the police! You have to do what I say!
The bad cop is either caught red-handed in a crime and arrested, or he'll get killed. Perhaps the meek wife, who is scared shitless throughout the whole movie, might even kill him. All this is just a wild guess, though.